Yo, we're back, another episode of Bench Talk. And today we're going to talk about Game 3 of the NBA Finals, Denver Nuggets versus the Miami Heat. Look here, they got me working like Stephen A. Smith, non-stop, it's going crazy, but man, game 3 was a great game, fantastic game. Like if you watched it from beginning to end, the first quarter was fire, the second quarter was fire. 1 point Miami was leading, then Denver. I thought Miami was going to keep up with them, but my thing, I've always said is Miami has to score more than 110 points. Like, if they score more than 110 points, and for sure make sure that Denver, they defend them pretty well, keep them under 105. That is the formula for Miami to win, literally. Miami score 110 points or more and play fantastic defense. But the game yesterday, wow, I mean, come on, Joker. This guy got a 30, 20, and 10 triple dub. 30, it's crazy. Those stats are crazy. And the thing, what I learned a lot as well from watching Joker, everyone talks about his passing, his shooting, his playmaking over offense. On defense, yeah, this guy is so sly when it comes to steals and blocks. Like, he ain't jumping in the air, get out of here. No, he just, as soon as he's about to put that arm up quick, look, before he even gets to release it, or like quick swipes. Like, his defense is actually pretty good. Yeah, he might be a bit slow-footed, but when you actually watch him, wow. And the amount of offensive rebounds this guy actually gets as well. So he actually uses his big body like for like a good reason. So like Joker, he's impressed me even more. But forget about offense and his triple-double. When you actually see what he does, like to get blocks, to get steals, it's like, wow, this guy can actually, like, he can ball out. Like, on a serious note, he can actually ball out. And then the second person, everyone's talking about Jamal Murray. My second person would be Christian Braun. He had a game. I noticed his plus or minus was like a +2, you know, so he didn't have the same plus as the starters, but his impact on the game, the only bad thing he did was that 3-point shot that hit the corner of the board. So that if you was watching the game, but hustling, this guy was hustling. His defense, oh my days, this guy was just getting steals, switching, communicating, and what I like was on offense, he's just being direct. Drive, pass, drive, shoot. Simple, keep the game simple, but he had a big impact on the game as well. Christian Braun, and the rookie as well, great game. So in the third and fourth quarter, that's when we really started to get away from Miami, so it was dangerous as well. But what I like though is Miami's one of them teams, you could have a 10-point lead going to the fourth quarter, 12-point lead. They're just running down, slowly. So another great thing that Denver did in Game 3, Mike Malone, timeouts. I think 1 point they cut it down to like 13 points. You just see Mike Malone, timeout. So it's like really good. It's actually really good to see like the game plan from not only from like the players' point of view, how they play, but how the coaches were keeping an eye on things, using timeouts wisely. Miami, they didn't really play bad. If you look at the turnovers, they didn't have that many turnovers at all, way less than 10. It's just, for me, my personal opinion, if Denver's rolling, playing offense right, putting in hustle, they're supposed to win this in 5. This should be 5 games. Denver's moving the ball, not being stagnant, and playing hard defense. No one shouldn't be able to be beat. And even like when you think about it as well, yeah, Denver's had the top offense. Like in the Western Conference, they were scoring 125, 120, even against the Lakers scoring high points. So it's kind of cool as well in the finals. You actually get to see the different play styles. So from the East to the West as well. So Game 3, great game. Joker, triple-double. Murray, don't think I forgot about your triple-dub. Your triple-dub was good, playing the point guard role perfectly, but for me the biggest impact of the game, Christian Braun. Unsung hero, but he played. Sometimes you can't even look at the stat sheet to be like, this is what they did. Like if you watch the game, the impact was crazy as well. It was very, very, very good. So if Denver does the same thing again today, or in Game 3 for Game 4, they'll win it. They'll win the game. They'll win the game for sure. And in Miami, Miami just is more making shots, trying to make Denver's offense be more stagnant. So that's what they need to do, more stagnant in the offense, try and slow down Denver a little bit more. The thing that I liked as well was, I know Miami tried to make Joker score more, but now Joker's playing more of the second action. So as you can see, Jamal had the ball in his hand more, playing point, getting his 10 assists, but Joker could be like, passing the ball here, boop, boop. So the action, he doesn't have to be the first action, be the second or the third. I think Miami's still lucky because Michael Porter hasn't gone off. Like, this guy shoots over 40% from free. He hasn't gone off yet. KCP hasn't gone off yet. So game 4, I want to go with Denver for game 4. For me, MPJ has to go off soon. Michael Porter has to go off, and KCP. We know what Jamal and Jokic is going to give you. Yeah, the Joker. Them men are going to at least combine for 50 points, 15 rebounds, maybe about 18 assists. So you already know they're going to give you that minimum as a duo together. So now it's just what Gordon's going to give you. What is MPJ going to give you? What is KCP going to give you? And then the bench as well. Because like I said, it's two teams. It's like the first time we can see it's two teams facing each other. So it's a team game. It's not like, Joker, get me 60. Like, that doesn't work. For Miami, Jimmy just needs to have a good shooting game efficiently. So obviously be aggressive, but like he needs to have one of them games when he goes 18 for 24. Then Bam gives you. For me, Bam's shooting stats don't matter too much. Obviously, you don't want to take 20 shots and only have 20 points. But for Bam, I feel like you need to get like 20 points, get his rebounds. He almost had 20 yesterday himself. Bam played well. And then passing the ball. Bam's athleticism is kind of crazy as well when you take it in. You can tell he's given them a bit of problem recently, for sure. But for me, for Miami, is they just need the guys to go off. They need, I don't even believe in bringing back Tyler Hero for any of the games. Because that's this game shape is different to like, practicing your shooting shot and doing all your drills and that. So for me, that's different. I feel like, obviously Gabe's been going off, but you need Gabe, Jimmy, Duncan, and Caleb Martin to go off. Or whoever's gonna, basically Caleb Martin did it the last series, so who's gonna do it in this series to go off consistently? So that's what Miami just needs to figure out. And then Jimmy just needs to have a Jimmy game. He hasn't had a Jimmy game in a long time. So forget just this series, even last series, like he only had one in the Celtics, had 1 or 2 Jimmy games. So for me, Jimmy needs to like be more efficient, go off. So get the 7 assists that you got, but we need them points to be, 18 for 24 or 20 for 28. That's what we need from Jimmy in the finals. Like, it's the finals, isn't it? So finals, you've got the summer to rest up. Any injuries, you might as well just try and go in as well. So yeah, for me, it was a great game. Game 3 was a great game. If you look at the scoreboard, you might think it was like a blowout or it wasn't interesting. But if you actually watch the game live, it was a game. It was a game. So well done. Denver right now up 2-1. My prediction is Denver in 5. Denver in 5. I think I said that from like the first video I made for Bench Talk as well. Denver in 5 in it. I think they have too much, especially if they come in, play hard. Like Denver, you can see they were diving everywhere. Like they wanted it as well. So they started to take Miami serious. I think they got a bit too laid back. Or that should be the word, it's another word I should use. But they got a bit too like comfortable basically. After game 1, beat them for might be a sweep. Game 2 at home, win that 2-0 up, go to Miami, see what happens. So now, we've got to see what Denver's gonna do. Are they gonna concentrate for game 4 and then get ready to go home to the Mile High for game 5 and close it? Or, does Miami make adjustments and able to call it back up? But yeah, yesterday you saw Miami, they just need more points. If they score 110, Miami's gonna win. If Miami scores 110 points, I believe they win the game. If they don't, it's gonna be a tough one. So yeah, those are my thoughts, opinions. Game Game 4's coming up. It's about to be a good one. Like, it's about to be a good game. Game 4. Come on, this is history, you know. Like, Denver gets their first title, or Miami's gonna be the first 8th seed to win the title. So, hey guys, stay locked in. Come on, here we go. Another episode of me chatting a bit of on the bench.